Hello, and welcome to your daily oracle reading for Friday. I'm hearing some people say it doesn't even matter what day of the week it is anymore. It's Friday, 2020, April 3rd, 2020. I'm Linda the Lightworker. I'm so glad you're here. I'm an energy worker, healer, energy healer. I do distance healing. If you want to know more about me, all my information is down below in the descriptions box. If you're just popping by, I've read that 30% of my viewers don't even subscribe. So take a moment, just subscribe to my channel. Turn on that bell if you want to know when I'm uploading a video. You know what to do. You've been on YouTube. You're a full-grown human being. All right, thanks for stopping by. Let's jump into our cards. Now, this is a general reading for everyone, especially during this time of COVID, while there's so much uncertainty going on. And what was so interesting about yesterday's reading is that finally I've been seeing this Wheel of Fortune card spinning around and around, and then it showed up in our deck yesterday for yesterday's reading, rather. And now today, the card that comes afterwards, we have an interesting reading, is the Judgment card. Gosh, you can hardly see it. Okay, because it's so bright. Do you see this bird? Let me adjust my lighting. Yeah, I got my new stand. Thank goodness that came through. Thank goodness that was a priority. Thank you, Amazon. Do you see that bird rising above? This white bird rising above all the muck, all that darkness, all that grief and shadow that's going on down there. It's rising up into the light. Now, oftentimes with other traditional tarot readers, what I've heard is when the Judgment card comes up, it's always about fear and condemnation, condemning someone to, I condemn you, sentencing for what you did to me, judgment is served like a Judge Judy situation. But this is very different. This Judgment card is all about going towards the light and releasing all of that fear and the judgment and the resentment and the anger towards other. This is about you transforming yourself and releasing all of those judgments and fears and accepting this beautiful sentencing of light and lightness. This is the invitation, is to really step away from the fear that's so easy to become all consumed with or condemn others. When we're in close quarters with others, it's very easy to start pointing the finger and blaming others for whatever uncomfortable feeling might be happening. So remember, before you place judgment, be sure to look at yourself first and make sure you're coming from the place of divine compassion before moving into that sort of thing. Some of you might be saying, well, why is this judgment so important? Well, I'll tell you why. Because the card that follows it is the Fool. This means with this, we release this past. We release the pain. You release who you used to be, those judgments you had about yourself, the fear, the negative self-talk. Let it go. Rise above yourself. Rise above the mind that can get so overwhelmed and talkative and saying some of the worst things and start new. Now we get to start on the new journey. The Zero card is the Fool, which is the beginning card of the tarot deck. And the zero, even before the number one, we've seen the Magician recently. This is about you reinventing yourself and starting from exactly where you are. Look at this little chick on this branch. Do you think she's going to fly the first time? Probably not, but she might be able to make her way to the ground very fluttering, right? Until she learns how to spread those wings and fly. So this is about you making changes and you stepping into your true work, your true self, your true journey, and not being afraid to make a fool of yourself. Don't listen to what other people say. The good news is we're not around other people, so you can actually turn off other sounds or don't tell people what you're doing. Just start your new journey with yourself. Reinvent yourself, because now's the time to say, okay, that pre-COVID time was fun, that was exciting. Now what am I going to do, and where am I going to do it, and how's that going to work? I don't know. Just start. Just start. What's the first thing you like to do? I have a soul sister who I've worked many projects with, and we used to say before we can start anything, we've got to have an image of it, a drawing, a logo. We would do a drawing, and once we came up with a logo, then all the rest of it came through because we were able to discuss what we wanted to create and how we were going to do it. And that's just an example, but you'll find your own way. Don't be afraid to buy that domain name or to set up that Patreon account. All right. I'm hearing spirit say that to me, but you too, maybe you need a Patreon account. What do you do? What is your talent? What journey do you want to start on now? Where are you? Where's your passion lie? Yesterday, we had that fire burning inside of us. Really go into your inner fire and look at what you want to start. Don't be afraid of the mistakes you'll make along the way because you'll learn. Our final tarot card today is the Ten of Pentacles. And this is a joyful outcome and a promise of abundance, and that you will have everything, all the worlds you want to be in, how harmonious this whole circle is, and how together all of these little coins are in this vortex of spiraling, beautiful energy. So don't be afraid because it will work out for you somehow. Hang in there because good news is on the way. And our final card today is from the Denise Linn Sacred Travelers deck, which is the Vast Vistas. And it says, expand beyond your horizons. Expand beyond your horizons. So many of us have been inside, right? Isolated or self-isolated or in close quarters with others. And it's been a real invitation to look at what do you value and what's important to you. And will you be able to go back to that 80-hour work week? I know some of you are hungry for that because you get addicted to using your time that way. But how are you adjusting now? And what will your life look like now? Imagine yourself in a new way where you do have more time for these meaningful relationships, where you have time to connect with others whom you love. Excuse me, I got a little frog in my throat because it's that season, it's spring, and I have a lot of allergies. So expanding our horizons so that we can see beyond, just beyond where we've seen before. Allow this expansiveness to come into your heart and just open your arms wide as you're breathing in and just allow yourself to really expand and stretch those arms and know that there's goodness for you when we expand beyond what we thought was possible for ourselves. So many of you have hidden talents that are just coming to light right now. Perhaps you've started a blog, or you're doing some writing, or you're starting your own YouTube channel. What are you doing? Allow yourself to expand beyond where you've been before and allow this newness to come through. It's really a beautiful journey ahead, but with so many unknowns, it might seem terrifying. But rest assured, I love these color stories when they're so similar and how these cards look together. So pretty. Think big, dream big, and make small movements. This little bird did not fly to Taiwan on his first journey. He was just trying to get out of the tree. So take your small steps in your new direction and remember to release that fear and those old judgments. I love how this bird just is so bright. She doesn't even want to be seen up here, and spread your wings and go towards the light in the most energetic, beautiful way possible. Because there's been a lot of muck. And if you're surrounding yourself with people who are stuck in this darkness, limit your time with them. You can say, I was taking a nap. I'm sorry I missed your call. Wait until you feel ready to talk with those around you. Make sure that you're spending your energetic energy wisely. All right? Well, that's just a suggestion. You can do whatever you want because we have free will. That's why I came to this planet. All right, my dear. If you're one of my new subscribers, thank you so much for stopping in. It really is wonderful. If you've made it this far, I really appreciate you hanging out here with me on my little YouTube channel. I'd love it if you were not a subscriber, if you wanted to hit that button. The analytics say 30% of my viewers don't do it. So what are you saving yourself for? Don't worry, you don't have to turn on that notifications button. I know that's kind of irritating. And most of all, remember to take really good care of yourself today and that you are loved. And we're all in this together. We're all going through the same situation, which is what's going to be so exciting as we expand our consciousness on this new journey that's ahead for all of us. We're in it together as we're moving in our solo path. Seems hard to believe, but it's true. Okay, I love you, and I look forward to seeing you next time.